Scott Wara from Line 6. I'm the product manager for Spider 4, Spider Valve Mark II. We've got some great new things to announce for our customers at this NAMM show. We've got a free update called Spider FX Infusion that is going to be releasing on the 26th of January. It'll be available as a free download for our customers. It puts 28 new effects into Spider 4. Spider 4 is the largest selling amp line in North America, replacing Spider 3, which is the largest selling amp line. We're kind of proud of that, as you can tell. So, but we wanted to thank our customers, and so we're making available this free download called Spider FX Infusion. Now, it does require that you have an FBV Mark II floorboard, and that could be either the short board Mark II or the Express Mark II. Now, the reason that we need one of these guys is that we put USB on these new floorboards, and that allows us to have connectivity with the computer and the amp. So you run the USB to the computer, you run your Cat5 or FBV jack right to your amp, and that will allow you to do this free upgrade. Spider FX Infusion. Now, at the same time, we're releasing a free editor, and this is free software that again is available for download on the 26th of January. And this is a graphic representation of everything that's going on in the amp. You can turn effects on and off, select parameters, load patches, send patches, save patches. You can send them to customtone.com at Line 6, which has been the repository for, there's the amps back there, the repository for preset sharing at Line 6. This editor is also free. Again, it requires the floorboards to download. At the same time, 2 weeks later, we have an upgrade for Spider Valve Mark II. Now, Spider Valve Mark II, which we released last year in the market, is the second iteration of our collaboration with Reinhold Bogner. Full tube power amp and preamp power amp section with our modeling. And Spider Valve Mark II gets 28 new effects as well, and its own software editor. Cool thing about Spider Valve, from our pro customers, we got the request to say, man, I would love the amp, but I got to have MIDI. I got to integrate it into my rig, and without MIDI, I just can't use it. Well, we've got MIDI I/O on the back of Spider Valve Mark II, so that will give you another way to upgrade your amp via MIDI and to use the editor via MIDI. Also, super fun stuff to do. You can daisy chain amps, and what you do on one amp goes to the next. You could run stereo amp settings with take one, hit one switch and set one preset on one amp to be one way and one preset on the other amp to do another thing. Great new effects in Spider 4 and Spider Valve Mark II. We've got these incredible pitch effects. We've got a Smart Harmony, which lets you do diatonic pitch shifting, interval, key, scale. Amazing tracking. We've also got a pitch glide effect, which does what you would expect a pitch glide effect to do. Great sounding, great tracking. Really, the guys did an amazing job on the technology side of this thing. It really works terrifically well, and our customers so far have been thrilled with what we managed to get inside these amps. So we put a lot of stuff in there, but we try to keep it easy for you to use. The last thing I'll say about these floorboards is, because we have USB on them, this has given us a new capability. We said, well, we've got USB, let's do something else fun with it. So I'm going to launch this app, which I probably should have had open here. Oh, there it is. So we've got a new app called FBV Control. It comes absolutely free with the floorboards. And this will allow you, if you're using a DAW, you can get USB, MIDI via USB. So you can assign any foot switch. You'll see graphically it'll jump around here. And you can assign any MIDI CC, bank change, program change, MIDI machine control, Mackie control, any value, and so on. So really cool software to use. Some of the MIDI controllers we find a little difficult to use, so we thought if you need a USB solution, the map is $199.99 for the big guy and $99.99 for the little guy. Think of a $100 foot controller for your DAW, your transport control. Great product. A lot of utility. So not only does it run the amps, you can run your software with it as well.